Let's get it. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rachak Kodash. Double honor to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. It's your fellow servant Shema Yah, and we're gonna get into it, man. You see what's going on in LA, right? You see what's going on in LA, right? Before I get that lesson, I want to pull this up because it crossed my mind as soon as I seen what's going on in LA. Fire shall be offset. Yeah, the first scripture that popped in my mind as soon as I seen what was going on. This little clip I'm about to show y'all. Well, it's not even a clip. They go on live right now on y'all asses. You know, we are drawing closer and closer to those times when the Lord is visiting the earth. When the Lord will visit the earth. All right. I'm going to go here. 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. Oh, man. Y'all think it's an accident that Trump is in office? You think it's an accident that he was once upon a time in conjunction with Elon Musk, all the technocracy, all the technology he got coming up, the MOTB, all this stuff. You think this is an accident? These are things that have been prophesied to us. These are things that have been foretold to us, starting with our elders and apostles of the great millstone. And they haven't deviated from it like these other Israelite camps. These are the times that we're living in. The RFID, CHIP being implemented, right? Draconian measures. You remember hearing that 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago when I came into the truth? About 3 years ago, 5 years ago, when I started actually listening to GMS, these are the things I remember hearing them say. Before that, everybody was just all about, oh, you an Israelite, become an Israelite. Oh, this is what you're supposed to do, follow the laws, that's the commandments. They wasn't prophesying about shit, but now we in those times, we in the times of prophecies, right? Again, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. That's coming. Why is the truth going to be hidden? For one, the Lord's going to remove his men off the highways and hedges. He's going to close up the word. Why? Because of prosecution. Because Trump and his draconian laws, not just him, but just all these nations, they're tired of hearing the truth. Even 2/3 of our people, they're tired of hearing it. This is going to be the time where they're going to start setting the prophets up. This is the time we're coming into. This is a serious time. This is not like, you know, this is not make-believe. You know, this is what's occurring right now. So they're setting the stage up to bring up all of these incidents, right? You know, and then behind the scenes, they distract you with what's going on with Cardi B and Offset. Offset, right? That's the reason why I brought this lesson up. The fire shall be offset, right? You know, it's beautiful though, man, you know. But Cardi B and P. Diddy and all these distractions, but you see what's going on in the field. Oh, the brother do it like you. He doing a lesson right now. He going out on the highways and hedges. Shalom, you know, shalom to you out. You know, call halayim la Yahabash me on Shabashim Chakadash Rakata, you know, Yah Mahar. All right. But again, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. What the Lord say? The Lord said, when I return, will I find faith? What's that in Timothy? Let me get that and we'll come back to the 2nd Ezra. That was Luke. Well, I keep on saying Timothy. I forget. That's Luke, right? Concerning those that are the reason why the Lord is going to put the prophets on the highway and hedges, the way the reason why the Lord is going to shut down this ministry, you know, for the persecution of his elect, the Lord's going to avenge them, right? because those are the ones he's going to find faith in, being faithful even unto death. Let's get it in Luke chapter 18, verse 8. It says, I tell you, matter of fact, I want to open that up because it's a question posed before that happened. Luke chapter 18, I'm going to go to verse 7. Verse 6. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith. And shall not, verse 7, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? Right? What it's saying, that's Ezekiel chapter 9, right? That he's gonna set a heads of protection, the mark of exemption, the tawah, over those that sigh and cry for the abomination that be done therein. Right? And the Lord, again, verse 7, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. That means very fast, man. In the blink of an eye. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? And that's a rhetorical question, because the Lord is giving a gift to his elect. So he's going to find faith, but only in his elect, right? The men, women, and children that the Lord has given this gift of faith to, that's going to be, doing their best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? To rehearse the righteous acts. And first and foremost, to have faith in Yahweh Shah. Because we're not perfect. A lot of our people, we might go off here and there, and it's only right because we're not in those bodies. We haven't been given that holy mind that is the gift of the Yahweh Shah to the elect that he's going to give during his marriage. It ain't given to us yet. But those that deep down in their heart know, no matter what they do or how they going off or whatever, they truly believe that the Lord's going to have mercy and that they're going to do their best to please him. All right, let's go here. I'll go back to that second Esdras, because that's what got me when I seen that video. And I'm gonna get to my point. Then we're gonna go back to that video, or we're gonna go to that video. All right. Second Esdras chapter 5, verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, and that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. Yeah, because America seems like to be that place that's, the Valley of Dry Bones. It seemed to be that place that had root 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It seemed to be that place that everybody wanted to come to and be a part of, right? Verse, actually, that also go to, our homeland, but in the last days and time, we talking about here in America, a place that seemed to have a land that thou saw now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly. You got the jobs, jobs being taken away. The wages are not meeting the living arrangements, the living, what they call it, the cost of living. People are at their wits' end. People are living out of their damn cars. People are living out of their damn cars. People are living in camps or tents, tent cities all around America. You can't go to one city without seeing people with tents. Go to your nearest downtown community and tell me you don't see tents in your downtown communities, under the bridges, or out there in the woods somewhere. Again, verse 3, in the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly. Verse 4, but if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon 3 times or thrice in the day. The blood shall drop out of the wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled. And even he shall rule, whom they look not for, that dwelleth upon the earth. And the fowl shall take their flight away together. And the solemnish sea shall cast out fish, and make a noise at the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places. Here's the point. And the fire shall be offset out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mischievous women shall bring forth monsters. Let's get this clip. This live. This is what's going on right now. It's live, baby. And what that dude said about 3 years ago, I'm live. I'm live, baby. Y'all want to play with me, man. They want to take it away. Let's go. Here we go. Y'all watching the elders lesson about GMS London calls out, vocab bullshit. Let's go. Here we go. Shut up.
I try to give you a different POV. Let's see what we got here. Kind of want to see the. Moving to America in 3 years to be with my girl, but oh, Brett, you're gonna come to America now? Times are rough, man. Your wife is more. She is important. She is. Brett, thank you for the 50, man. Can we give him some W's? Brett, thank you so much, man. Brett some W's, please. Brett, dude.
This is what I saw. I had to bring it back because this is what I saw. Now, this is everything going live, right? But this is what I saw. This is what brought that, the fire shall be offset. This is what brought that description to my mind.
You got messed up
about
an hour ago.
I heard about that. Somebody, I'm not sure if this is true. Ocean Kitty. Is it? Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Look. I have it. I found it. I got it. That's wild. And look at that. They were successful at it. Look at all that concrete. And they were taking it and launching it. And I heard someone got hit by the getting hammers. Look at this. Yes. That's wild. And look at that. They were successful at.
These could very well be agent provocateurs as well, Like within a group of people. That's why, like our beloved elders and apostles told us, man, go if you got a job outside your house, go to your job and return home. Don't become a part of these protesters and all this bullshit, man. Because when you start gathering yourself in numbers, and they got these agent provocateurs, those that's actually working for the government, those that's actually working for the system. They can who's to say who they are? They can just put on some clothes, put a mask over their face. They could be your senator. They could be your senator. They could be, the officer that just locked you up 10 days ago or whatever like that. And they act like they you. They act like they you, but they got their face covered up. They got all this stuff going on. They're working for the government. But this is just to promote agent provocateurs, to promote the a reason for martial law to go into effect. All right, they destroying, what's this called when they do this, defacing property, right? Defacing property or whatever, Little acts like this, they're gonna blame on the community, which is mainly most of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. West Indians and Haitians, and the rest of speckled bird, the children of Israel. Because of what? What are these riots for? Because of I.C.E. What's that stand for? That's the inter let me see. Let me get it. Customs. It's something. Customs. ICE. Meaning. There you go. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Yeah, because of ICE. That's why this is going down. Because they, I was watching it last night. They arrested 42, something along that number. You know, it probably more. 42 so-called Latinos, you know, or so-called immigrants, you know, which are the Northern Kingdom, and some, I'm sure, some of the Southern Kingdom as well. And that's how you got these riots going on. We haven't had a riot like this since what? What's your boy name? Then his name escaped me right now. Shit. King, right? King, Rodney King. That shit. And that was back in what, the 90s? So promptly 20 years later, 20 something years later, something like this is going on. But this is you snatching up. I seen a story. This lady, she was talking about how her husband was here in the States for like 10, 20, or 10, in between 10 and 15 years. And she had a daughter. They had a daughter together. And then they raided, you know, he's a part of the 42 or whatever, 43 people that got raided and taken up by the I.C.E., the ICE, you know. And she said she was able to see him for 10 hours, but he was saying how they not treating him right and everything like that. They not feeding him and everything like that. And she's just trying to see, you know, how she's going to live with, you know, without his assistance anymore. And, you know, they have a daughter together. And she said the only people she got is her sister or sister-in-law, and you know her husband, her sister-in-law's husband or her sister's husband. That's all she got. That's all they got. They don't got no family out there. All right. So this is going to affect a lot of the children of Israel, a lot of the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. There's going to be a lot of people going out there doing things that they need not do in order to provide, you know, believing in this American dream bullshit. That's why it's in your best interest to return to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Matter of fact, I'm going to go there and I'm going to just probably close out on that alone. I don't want to get too deep into that. I got a lot of stuff. I got shit I got to do. Salakia. But let's get that. I don't know how that came up. I don't know how that came up. Because you got a retarded ass tablet. That part. I'm trying to yeah. Salaki. Malachi chapter 3. Verse 6. Matter of fact, I'm open it up. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming? Who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like full of soap. You know, those that have faith, like we just read in Luke, right? That's where I was at, Luke, right? Not Timothy, Luke. Right? He said, again, verse 2, but who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness, which is our bodies. All right. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in former years. And it shall and I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against the false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow, and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. So all y'all that buck up against the men, that buck up against the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that buck up against the sisters, that's trying to tell y'all right, that buck up against the little ones, because you got little ones out here. You got young men out here, 19 years old, 18 years old, that truly believe in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's coming up against these, not coming up against these, but trying to warn you old bottles, thus says the Lord. And y'all into y'all sorcery, y'all into y'all adultery, y'all lying on people, y'all oppressing people. Because the majority of our people, they love the oppressor. They love the oppressor. They don't see America. They don't see America being destroyed, and they see a future in this place. And it's the sad thing about it. You believe, you'll see what you believe. You'll get a chance to be a part of what you believe. And the only future America got is to be burnt with fire. And the majority of the people here is going to meet what they see, what they believe is being burnt here in America. All right. I guess that's all I really wanted to get. Let me see. Is it more? I think it was something else that I wanted to get. I said 6 through 8. Yeah. Let me get that 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Right? That's Daniel chapter 12. That's Matthew chapter 24. How the Lord's going to save his elect. Those that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Right? For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from mine ordinances and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob the Most High? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye said, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and in offerings. Right? So it's our duty. We're supposed to sacrifice ourselves daily to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Putting off this flesh as much as possible. Offending less. All right, that's our sacrifice. Warning the people of our power, his words, what he says is going to come to pass. The fire has been offset, and it's only going to get, well, in the eyes of the wicked, it's going to get worse and worse, but in the eyes of the righteous, it's going to get better and better. Just endure, The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect of Israel, man. We almost home. Just keep the faith. Adoram Ratazah, keep the faith. With that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rachak, Kodash, double honor to ourselves and the apostles' great millstone. Again, to the hopeful elect, endure, endure, endure. Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, endure. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba, Baba.